Hello, adventurers. Come, take a seat, for the story I'm about to share may be one you would like to hear. Some tales are recorded by the tomes of the ancient library. Some are told by a most curious friend of mine, but this tale is special. I was able to record this one myself, in my own words. A most unlikely of groups would gather, one that nobody could have ever imagined getting together. Though the reason for their forming is one based on debts, it would grow into something much more intense. This group consisted of a tiefling, an orc, a squirrel person, and 2 elves, one of the land and one of the sea. And together, they were going to take on the most dangerous foe the world had ever encountered. So, without further delay, let's see where this tale takes us. And we're back. Hello, everyone, to another episode of Magic Abound. I really regret looking into Discord right now. None of that's getting recorded, but it's all right. Where we left off last, crew had just defeated a very powerful enemy. Stop it, Rennie. Stop it right now.
Alright. Velvet just copied my pose on the camera and I just started giggling. And now we're just both just giggling. I have to not.
It's like the kids at the back of the classroom that are just never up to any good.
Yeah. That's SpongeBob and Patrick at the back of the...
You know what's funnier than 24? Sorry, Nathan, continue.
It's all good, yeah.
Okay.
The party defeated a quite powerful enemy, acquired some very interesting items along the way, and made it back to this little colonial town where everyone discovered, thanks to a quite wacky invention from Wayne, that Dadrick had in fact been just carted off to the hells. He was slain. His soul is now been turned into a devil or demon, whichever one, and now are just commandeering his vessel. As far as I remember, Vagan took to the helm, and basically Tokyo drifted out of the port and started to head off. So in between sessions, we just you guys decided as a crew where to go next from here. So let me pull up the map of the area that we'll be going to. New map time.
Map time! In one of the previous shots, I made this one. I did do it.
There was some energy in that.
I mean,
by the way.
I did this one. I remember. I enjoyed making this map.
Good. Yeah,
Oh,
good place.
I just realized how vague the place we're going to is. It's just this. This is where we're going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on there somewhere.
It's there.
It's somewhere in there. Could I potentially just ask my patron where specifically we should go?
I don't think they knew, or else they would have told you. They just said it was there.
Fair.
Also, Saturn isn't here.
Yes,
Just
Saturn is not here. So Saturn can't fight for the helm of the ship this episode. Why is there a snowman there? Why is he there?
Because it's on brand.
No,
The
such as
DM would
here.
know about these things.
Yeah, and the DM's getting rid of that snowman. He doesn't belong. So,
Once against snowmen.
as a crew... God damn it.
Sorry, the energy already is making me. I'm in a good mood.
Oh, yeah. So you guys decided to go to that snowy island over there, named Valgate. It is a quite desolate area, and so you guys are on your way. It's going to take quite a while to get there from where you guys were at, approximately 2 to 3 weeks.
Damn.
So during that time on the sea, you guys can kind of do what you'd like. You know, if you have anything you want to work on, just let me know now, and
I do.
you can do it. What is Mr. Chestnut getting up to?
I am finding a hidden spot on the ship, and I'm putting all the magical crystals I have.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Give me an investigation check.
A 10.
10.
Warthog?
So, what did Velvet say?
Is there a warthog?
Yes, you said A10.
Oh.
Okay.
the collective. Oh.
Oh, I love being the one with stupid jokes.
And A10's about to destroy the ship because of you, Velvet. I hope you know.
Let's go!
It is the only
Okay.
10 I see.
So,
Shut
so
up.
with a 10, with a 10, you find a kind of like you just find a corner in like a storage room that you can shove them in. You don't know how hidden they're gonna be in case anyone needs to get into the storage room for like food or anything of the sorts. But it's the best place you can find at the moment.
So, where vaguely, because this is the west side of the archipelago.
Yes, so you would be coming in from the direction like over here.
Okay.
So you'll
Go
see
between
pretty
some
much
of the
everything
islands.
on the way through, depending on the route you go.
I imagine we'll go through a relatively straightforward route.
Well, that's up to your
As the-
captain.
I'm a captain.
Captain, no captain.
Well, I
Will
reckon
we
we'll
be
get.
safe?
What have we gone?
Aye.
So we're heading to the snowy one, yeah? Where it's up the it's past all the other islands. I said we're going straight there. I don't think we need to drop off anywhere else. But in the meantime,
No. I don't see any means to stop in unless we need a resupply.
I want the supplies looking. Oi! I just calls over to a random man on the ship or someone on the ship.
You say that, and like 3 different people stop because like there's 3 people just like on the side just chatting. They don't know who you're talking to, so they just all kind of look at you.
Any of you free? How's the supplies looking?
You see a kind of like taller human member of the crew just. Oh well, we should have enough for maybe a month or so without any complications.
Turns back to me again. Yeah, we're good.
As you turn back and again noticing they were stood around doing nothing. You lazy layabouts, get back to the mast.
You see the 3 of them just like scramble off and just scatter in different directions.
No discipline on this
leave.
bloody boat.
I'm sitting there playing with crystals.
Yeah, what are you doing,
Pitter patter
Mr.
in the
Chestnut,
puddle.
with the crystals?
I'm looking to see how they affect like the items I make. Probably.
Okay, but like, do you have any items that you make? Like, you'd have to make an item
Yeah.
and put the crystal in to see. Because you know what what basically they do,
Yeah.
which is whatever element or whatever like divine energy is like going through them, it'll imbue something with that magic. So like, arcane ones will make things more attuned to the arcane. Nature ones will make things attuned more to nature, etc., etc.
Do I still have the book of was it Blur?
Yeah, you. As long as you didn't get rid of it, you still have a book just full of the blur spell.
Lovely.
I can erase like pages of it, right?
It is all in ink, so unless you have something that can get rid of ink, it is kind of there.
Wait, wizard quill. Can I use the wizard quill? Because it says I can write in any color. Could I just write it in like white and just trace over the?
God, using
I would
whiteout.
say you could use your wizard quill to erase. I imagine it's magical; it can do a whole bunch of stuff. You could use
Okay.
it.
The D&D equivalent of Tipex.
Yeah, because it says you can erase anything you write with the quill, but
I could say you can use it just to erase if you want to get rid of all of the blur.
okay.
It will take a little while, but you can do it.
Okay. I want to see if I can use one of the smaller crystals to put it onto the book to see if I can make it like a stronger spell book.
Are you trying to put it on that book or your own spell book?
Do I have a lot of arcane ones? Because we took a
You
we took a lot of different things.
You took like a full. There was definitely a full box of arcane ones
Okay.
that you took.
Which I assume Relly or Vagan helped me take.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
definitely.
I probably want to attune it to that book just to get a good idea before I put on my main book. Even if it gets destroyed, it won't transfer like debuffs to it.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
15.
15. So the 15, you're holding this book that you've erased a blur out of about a good couple hundred times. And you kind of like mess with this crystal bit. You're like, how does this work? And you kind of just like put the crystal on like the cover of this book. And you do feel like something has happened that whatever this book is could be used as a just more efficient spell book. But you'd need a way to keep the crystal connected to the book. Like you'd have to like make a slot, put it in a slot, or like something of the similar. But you feel like you could do it.
I'm trying to think. If I were to like glue it onto there, would that work?
You think? It just is you pretty much as long as you can keep it fully connected to the book.
Yeah.
You think it would work.
Would if I got rope, could I technically arcane lock it?
You would have to still make it to where the book can open.
Yeah, if I did around like the first cover.
You may be able to, but you
So
like at
it'd
that
be
point
like half
the
an
rope-
inch like open to all
putting the rope around it and
string.
keeping it restrained with the rope would be enough, even. Just as long as as long as you have a spell book and that crystal is touching it, it will amplify
Okay.
the spell book. Essentially, is how that is going to work.
I'm gonna try that then.
So are you doing it on yours or on the empty one?
Probably blur for now, just so I can see like what it might relate to, like how it directly affects it.
Okay.
And I'll just identify it.
So you grab some rope, you grab a little crystal, you like put it on, and you very quick. It's a very like easy, quick. Like this definitely wouldn't stay very long in actual like combat or travel.
Mhm.
You do it just to get like the sense of what this could do, and I'm gonna say you probably ritual cast identify to see what's going on with it, or
Yeah.
do you have detect magic actually that you can ritual cast or use?
Yes.
Because detect magic would do this instead of identify, just for the sake of what it's actually doing magically.
Okay.
So let's see, you cast detect magic, and you believe, just strapping this thing on as it is right now. Obviously, it's not working very well, but you think your this spell book would give whoever uses it a +1 to, just in mechanical terms, a +1 to spell attack and spell save DCs.
Okay. In that case, I'm probably going to pursue Wayne Steel Chaser
Yes.
to see if he would have any idea of how to make like maybe like a leather hatch, or that you can like kind of. 'Cause I feel like I've seen books with them before that has like a little like crystal or something attached to the cover.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to him and ask him,
Yeah.
would he be able to do something that could make this or other items for our team a lot more like work well with it?
Yeah. So I'll say you kind of spend like days going over this stuff.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep going. He does say like he can definitely whip something up to make it work for you.
Yeah.
He suggests like, the leather strap that uses to close and open your spell book.
Yeah.
That he just modify that strap to be able to make a slot for the crystal to go into,
Yeah.
and then glue it or something to keep it in. He
And
says he can do
Wayne-
that like pretty quick.
Wayne, how many slots do you think you could have it work with?
You see, he thinks for a moment, and you
Because
see
I
he
have other
definitely-
crystals.
Yeah, he's also like gotten a hold of a couple of these as well. He's like, well, let's put it this way. One is probably going to be safely how many you're going to want. You can add more, but things get a bit more what's the word? Unstable. When you put more than a few of these to try to have them channel something. Store them in a crate it'll be fine. But if you
Oh.
put like more than one, it'll start having unintended consequences. From what I've been able to put together.
So, do you think the hatch that you're installing would be able to, like, I could pull it out whenever and put a new one in?
I can make it work that way, if you wish.
In that case, we should get the team around because some of them may want additional properties to their items. I know Ailey, she could use one of the, and I've like, you see me like reach in my pocket and pull out a green one. If I remember, this is a nature.
He sort of nods. He goes, "Yeah, yeah, I can make the stuff work. It would take time,
Yeah.
obviously, depending on how complex. And putting things in, like putting something on a leather strap is simple. Trying to put one of these in like a weapon or a piece of armor or anything, it would take a little bit more effort and time and whatnot. But
Yeah, well, you're the best I know, so I appreciate you like assisting in any way that you can.
well, I'm quite literally in the middle of the ocean right now. Not much else to do, so it is my pleasure.
I still appreciate ya.
He sort of just nods. He gives you a little thumbs up, and he's like, well,
Force
thank you for that."
appreciation. And I'll probably just run off and just check with the group on what they think.
Question to the team.
Yes.
While we're on this journey, I want to make it apparent that Vagan is whipping this crew into shape. He's
Yeah,
like
go
every other
ahead.
day. He's basically dragging people around and telling them you are doing this. This is your job now.
How are you? Okay, so are you trying to be like just like commanding, or are you like trying to like intimidate these people into?
Oh no, I'm giving them the you're a crew now. We're not just a ship for Dadrak. You're a crew. You're gonna work as a crew.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, persuasion, you say?
Yes.
Where's my D&D Beyond? It's over there. It's hiding from me.
Probably on your PC.
Hot up. What's
First thing
my
I say in a
persuasion?
while, I say to talk shit. Let's go.
Oh, that will be an 18 plus my 3.
Okay, so you start whipping this crew into shape. These guys were used to like Dadrak like telling them what to do, and then like he's more focused on actually, maneuvering the vessel. You're like on them almost constantly, and it takes, I'm gonna say about a week or so, a little over a week, for them to finally like get into the rhythm of like doing their jobs without you having to intervene, like yourself.
The phrase that everybody would have heard this like entire week is there will be no layabouts, there will be no lazy crew. If you want to be lazy, you can start swimming. I've dangled a couple people over the edge a few times.
18 strength coming in clutch.
19. 19.
19. Yeah, that's annoying still. I will have been taking time myself to try and mend the chair that broke.
Oh, no, you're
I'm
chilling.
not very good at this kind of thing.
Yeah, go ahead and give me. Are you trying to do it yourself, or would you
Yep.
have? Oh, you're not going to anyone for help.
Nope.
Okay.
He's quite fond of that chair, isn't he, Mr. Chester?
Go ahead and give me. Let's see. Give me a. I hate to do it to you. Give me a sleight of hand check.
What? I'm gonna do
Laughs
a quick
in Rogue.
sleight of hand. It's
Ha!
alright.
Fuck you.
14.
Oh, with a
Ooh.
14, the chair isn't too destroyed, and you managed to get it back together. It looks like a chair. It's not perfect. It's definitely visually just put together using rope and other miscellaneous materials you've just found along. It's definitely no master craftsman's work, but it's back together, and you can definitely tell it's a chair.
You're quite fond of that chair, aren't you, really?
I mean, I liked it. It was weird.
But it's
I do
ju-
like me strange little artifacts. Like, put the voice. My voice went weird then. I'm sorry for that.
Got a bug in your throat, Carl.
Oh, that's a bit of splinter.
Even worse.
That's
He didn't really
awful.
heal you.
Well, I've only got 2 hands. I had to hold motion with my teeth while I was like hammering it into place.
You could have asked for help from literally anybody on this boat.
I can do it.
Are you sure? There's a bit of rope holding it together.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
I don't typically see chairs put together with hopes and dreams, pal.
I also don't particularly see chairs that moving. Now, I'm still not sure why it was moving. I want to see if I can get it moving again.
Sit on it, see what happens.
I'm gonna sit on the chair.
Collapse.
Let me roll something real quick.
Oh no!
And the chair fucking explodes.
Okay, you sit on the chair. The chair stays sturdy. It doesn't fall apart. But it also doesn't start moving or anything. It's just a chair.
Is it comfy?
Wait, it works. It's a chair.
Lean
Isn't
back.
there a
Hold
spell
on.
to
I
animate
told you I could do
items?
it.
I'm not doubting your ability, but you don't sit out, you don't strike me as a carpenter.
I think there's a good reason for that.
You're not very particular with your hands.
No, I'm really good at breaking wooden things, so I thought if I just did the opposite of what I usually do, it might work.
That isn't how that works.
That is a
really.
fair science.
That's not how that works at all.
Don't listen to her. Like if Gant's hand just dwarfs Ellie's face.
How dare you? I'm biting him.
Don't bite me.
It says
I'm
this
gonna
happened once before already.
I'm biting. Fuck. I'm gonna bite him.
Don't bite
What do you need
me.
to roll? I'm biting him. What do you need to roll?
No, I would say you bite down on Vagad's hand. If God, there's a slight sting. It's feel Ellie bite.
You little scoundrel.
Well, we say that, but you do have large metal gauntlets on.
Oh,
You got the ogre, you got the giant strength gauntlets, haven't you?
True.
Well,
crunch.
I feel like the insides would be like a leather or something that you can grip with. Because if it was all metal, you wouldn't be able to grip anything in them.
Lick on the end
They
of the
would
nose.
just-
No.
Hey,
Ding.
The metal gloves nullify your druid powers.
hold on. Hold on. Oh, I could do something devilish to bite him even harder.
Don't
No.
transform. I've seen it
Listen
look in
here,
your eye and I've
warlock.
seen it before. Don't turn into a snake or a crocodile.
I'm gonna cast Primal Savagery,
Yeah.
my cantrip, and bite him.
Stop biting me!
Roll the attack roll, I guess.
It's a 17.
Uncanny dodge.
Fuck!
Stop it!
Alright, fine. I say with sharp teeth. Wait, how long does Primal Savagery last?
It's just, I think
Just
just the
for
one
that
action, just
attack.
the one attack.
Duration is instantaneous, yeah, fair enough.
As this whole combat's going on, I'm going to pick up the chair and wander over to Mr. Chestnut.
I would pick up the chair and beat somebody with it.
Join
Stay
the combat.
away.
Just
Do not
WWE
beat me
takes
with
place.
the chair.
Battle Royale.
Chestnut. I'll put
Yes.
the chair down. What do you know about enchanting?
He just looks at you.
You insult me, good sir.
Could you know of a way to enchant the chair so it can walk around again?
Did we steal any of the purple crystals?
You
We
did.
took one of every colour.
No, but there was a
Oh, yeah.
crate full, half full of them. There'll be a few in there. You do
Oh.
have one of the purple crystals.
Should we see if Wayne would let us attune the purple one? Ends up just being a chair where every time you sit on it, it just fireballs itself.
Why?
But only once.
The most, look at the devil's whoopee cushion.
God, that's a spicy whoopee cushion. Damn.
Naughty crew members get stuck in the whoopee cushion.
So, I'm gonna go turn on my fucking heater. I'm so cold. Hold on.
We have one on the boat.
Fireball.
Fireball. But yeah, are you guys gonna go try to shove a crystal on it and see if it works?
If it works, I don't know. I don't know anything about enchanting. I can put the chair back together-ish. I can't enchant the chair.
I just saw Do you know in SpongeBob where like they cut to an object and it's super hyper realistic and it's like all broken and damaged in super detail? I just pictured that with the chair held together with like spit
Oh
and
my
ropes.
goodness.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I'll go over it now. Fixed it. I can go over to try and enchant the chair to move. I want a walking chair again. My Alice in Wonderland chair.
There
Oh, that's
actually
the
is a
water
magical
chair.
item I could do that for, but I don't have the I don't think I'm good enough for it. I can't do
What
it
you
right
do to
now, but we
me.
might be able to find someone who can.
I have an F1 key.
Unless, do I feel like I could enchant it?
You don't think you would know basically how it animated the first time was after that the whole debacle with that weird alcohol that was left. It became under the effect of an animate object spell.
Okay.
So you don't know like that spell could work on it or something similar.
The only spell I can think of I don't have access to, it only lasts like a minute. So it's not really within my control yet.
Do you know if there's a way to like make that last forever?
A really good mage might be able to.
Just imbue it or something.
Okay.
Couldn't you
For
just
sure, animate
imbue
objects
it?
like a 5th level spell too.
Couldn't you just imbue the object with the spell?
I don't know.
Like etching the rune into it or something. I don't know. I'm a druid, not a mage.
I've
DM.
just been listening to your conversation. Why don't we make a little socket and shove the gem in it in the chair?
That where? It's a chair. It's not a.
Facing
Fucking
upwards.
He just takes out his dagger, just chisel a socket in.
My
Yeah,
prime game.
but where? You have to sit. You have to sit in it, and there's nowhere
You can-
else. To put
It's a socket. It can go anywhere.
I'm gonna put a socket on you.
I will
Facing
throw you off the
vertical.
boat.
You can
Right in
you
the
can throw-
center.
You can throw me off.
Mr.
I will just
Chestnut,
come back
that
on.
is highly prudish. That's highly dangerous. May I test my theory, friends? Can I just make a socket and put it in?
Let's not leave it to the rogue. Let's leave it to people who
I
actually
can
know
do stuff
anything
too.
about magic.
Let me try.
How do you cast a spell?
I feel the same way. I don't think a rogue is really good with his hands for this kind of stuff.
That's not. My problem isn't the hands part. It's the magic part.
I can try.
We don't have any good magic people on our team either. I understand.
What, me and you are right here. What do you mean?
That's the joke.
I know how to cast magic.
I'm going to jump. I will jump off the ship. Don't test me.
You can turn into a fish or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you can breathe underwater for the next 24 hours. You can do whatever you like.
Can I survive the crushing depths of the ocean?
Vagan starts going to work on the chair.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, got a nose. Oh! 17 plus 11.
Yeah, you expertly make a socket.
Look at that.
Actively
Double
double
kill
my
and
check.
crystal.
Just blows the sawdust out. Right, where's that gem? And not so delicately or elegant. Just there we go.
Damn. Yeah, for being dexterous, you sure are hard-handed.
I mean, it works. Did it? It
And you're
pokes
also
it,
hard-headed.
like it pokes the chair, see if it's alive. Hey,
So wait, okay. Question: who touched the crystal in that exchange?
it was handed from Mr. Chestnut to me, and then I just slammed it into the chair after
Oh,
making
you
the
both
socket.
touched it.
Oh.
I need both of you to roll a d100 for me, please.
Ah!
This is why we don't mess with magical objects.
What, you're both being who?
86.
Mr. Chestnut and Vagan.
Okay.
Because they
38.
touched the crystal. So Vagan said 86.
38.
Vagan, guys. Okay, we'll start with Mr. Chestnut because Mr. Chestnut went first to hand it. Mr. Chestnut, you said 38.
Mhm.
Once again, this has happened once before. but I need to roll a d6. As you touch the crystal to hand it over to Vagan, 3 flumps just spawn on the vessel right next to you.
Not the flumps.
And just start freaking out. Because now not only are they not in their natural habitat, they're in the middle of the ocean, something they have never seen in their entire lives.
Hey, it's those things again.
So they just start freaking out and start going all over the vessel. One of them does jump off and just land into the water with a very quiet, like, plop into the water.
Nathan.
A fucking weird ass jellyfish are they?
Nathan.
Uh-huh.
Since how wild shape works is I have to have seen an animal to be able to turn into it. Can I turn into a flump?
This is not a beast. Unfortunately,
That's not.
no.
That's not my question.
But wild shape requires it to be a beast.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I believe so.
Let me double
Is
check.
it flump an aberration?
Yes,
A flump
yeah.
is an aberration.
Well, technically, because technically speaking, you can't turn into an owl bear, but a lot of DMs just like to turn into owl bears because it's cool.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see here.
So owlbears you can pass off as a beast. These things are
Yeah.
just alien.
Well, they're like sort of awful looking jellyfish. Which is why
Can we get a flump on screen real quick?
Yes, because we can actually use official D&D.
Can we
stuff
get a
according to their
really
rules.
slow zoom on the flump?
Yeah, they're little guys.
I don't trust them.
But after a minute or so, they just sort of like poof into smoke. But as that's going on, Vagan touches the little rock.
And in bold italic, fucking explodes.
No, but you do cast mirror image. So as soon as you touch the rock, like 3 other Vagans appear.
Wait,
around you.
how? I'm gonna say so. This is. I'm assuming there's a lot of different things that can happen on that.
A lot of different things. You guys have just been
It's
getting
exactly
really
the
unlucky.
same 2 things that happened last time.
Yeah.
But
Now, I have to say, these are some
wasn't it also
devilishly
Vagan?
handsome pillars.
It was Vagan and Mr. Chestnut who did it before.
And they did the opposite.
Yeah, they got both things again.
Yeah. And then you plant the crystal into the socket.
Yes.
Relio. You're looking at this chair.
Yes,
You're hoping. You're hoping that it moves.
my hand on the sort of the back bit where you lean against, and the hand of it just move.
As you say that, the chair starts to shake a little bit.
Oh.
And then it starts to shake a little more.
It's falling apart.
And then it stops. And then it hops right over next to you.
Oh shit! Wow.
It's alive.
Regan, you can't do it again. You're not a magical person. It just takes a little bit of ingenuity.
So
Damn. Then how'd you do
just
it?
so
You don't have any of that.
No, because you
Mr.
will need to
Chair
animate
lives
object.
again.
You will need to animate object stats. I'm going to consider this a medium object. So, this chair has 40 hit points, 13 AC. It has a +5 to hit, and if it does hit, it deals 2d6 + 1 bludgeoning damage.
I am going to put that down in my notes. Mr. Chernut lives again.
And it does have a 10 strength and a 12 dexterity, just for whenever that requires it. Whenever it requires a saving throw.
Wait, 12 dexterity. Ow. Can we have a lockpit?
And its charisma is 1.
I think it's a very charming chair. I don't know, it's got such a low charisma.
It does have a 30-foot walking speed.
I don't know what to do now. I've got.
It walks
then-
faster than me.
One last thing. It has blind sight with a radius of 30 feet and is blind beyond that distance.
It can see my enemies in the dark.
Yes.
Almost better than you can.
Mr. Chestnut. Well, you. From what I am aware, when you're doing your weird fucking owl thing, you can't see, can you?
No, not at all.
Mr. Chair not to save the day once again.
God damn it.
We put you on the chair and you could just see forever. Keep walking with us.
What have we created?
A monstrosity.
It also walks faster than me, so.
Yeah, we all do.
I'm kind of seeing, like, my head. He just sat on the chair, like, blindside, looking through the owl that's flying around, but it walks around like the bath from Nightmare Before Christmas.
So yeah, your chair is now, as long as that crystal is in that socket and connected to that chair will be animated as by an animated object.
I'm gonna touch the crystal and wiggle around a bit. See how sturdy
No.
it is.
You touch the crystal?
No.
Yeah, I'm touching the crystal. I do
Well,
not care.
As soon as you touch the crystal, you just feel a hand on the top of your head. Just,
Oh,
just leave Mr. Chair not alone.
Roll a d100. Ellie.
but I need to get to know how sturdy it is.
You can after you figure out what happens to you.
71.
71? Okay. So for the next 24 hours,
Oh no.
you gain the ability to stretch your limbs twice as far. You gain an extra 5 feet of reach.
Oh my god.
I hate the mental images I just got.
And
Well,
how far
okay.
away from the island are we? A few weeks?
A few
Apparently
weeks.
we're not
You
going to
cannot
Drum
stretch
Island.
that far.
No, I just mean like it's gonna be gone before then.
It's gonna be gone before then.
Damn.
Just turn into a fish and just have like really long. Just keep biting
I
things in
hate
water.
that. I hate that. I hate that.
Long-limbed fish.
Ew.
Turn into a porcupine
this is-
and have longer
like-
pine.
Fucking
We've actively just turned it into One Piece. Is what's
the
happened.
fucking the goblin shark with fucking extending mouths just twice as long.
Ellie's now hit gear 5.
But I ain't even hit game 0, bitch. What do you mean?
No,
But
technically you're in
checking
first
the
gear 'cause you're
sturdiness
just-
of the chair.
Rubber.
Yeah,
Ellie,
I'm checking how sturdy the crystal is in the chair, like how.
it's
how
pretty
stuck.
sturdy. It's not gonna move of its own volition.
All right, cool. And I just look around, waiting for something to happen. Nothing seems to happen.
Got to breathe. I do that sometimes. I just forget to breathe. It's really annoying.
It's amazing.
But yeah, after that, you guys continue traveling. Another week goes by. Not much is going on.
Is my my book thing finished?
Yes, by then your book has the crystal slotted into it. It is now essentially it just adds a +1 to your spell attack and spell save DC.
Do they have a +1 book?
No, I don't think they do. I think that's just something you're like. I can make it. I can definitely make it, just not right now. For now, just keep it like track manually.
Okay.
But another week goes by, and Vagan,
Yes.
you're sailing.
Yes.
You look ahead of you. At this point, you guys are like here, so like you guys can see the other islands. You see the one island that's almost a complete desert, except for what seems to be a very large oasis, which is down here.
Have I been to this portion of the open sea in my time on the ocean?
This is completely new to you.
Okay.
You've never been here before. In fact, none of you have been here before. And you see this island up here, mostly looking like a normal island, not much else going on about it. And you guys can sort of see this one where things just look odd even from a distance. Using
Those
spyglasses and stuff, you
purple
can just
trees.
start to see the purplish trees and some of the floating islands and the very large mushrooms that dot over some parts of this island. But Vagan, you also see something else. A familiar ship.
Oh, no.
A ship captained by, last time you saw them, some very rambunctious kobolds. There is a new
Oh
captain.
my god.
There's a new captain to this vessel. It
They can kill
seems
the last one.
the last one has been usurped. This captain is a little different. This kobold is a bright purple color.
Hmm.
It's kind of at the wheel, standing on like a box. And none of the other kobolds are seemingly trying to kill him or anything like that. Like, surprisingly, they are a well-functioning crew
Wow.
comparatively to the last time you've seen them.
You just
from what
always
you can see, they're
again loading his guns. Shame.
Something you would like for your crew, isn't it, Vegan? And I nudge him in the shoulder. Well, nudge him in the arm with my shoulder.
This crew or my actual crew?
What? I meant the fact that it's working.
Yeah,
It's working well.
These layabouts.
You say that, like, a few of the crew that can hear you just work even harder. Like, they were already working, but they're, like, going, like, overtime now.
He's just glaring over the crew. That's alright. There we go. I want to sink
See,
those kobolds.
traveling. You want to sink the kobolds?
I want to sink them.
Do not sink the kobold.
They
I'm
stole
stopping.
my cigar.
No, the captain stole your cigar. The captain is dead.
They are guilty by
You now-
association.
No, I'm cutting you off. No violence.
You're cutting me off.
Yes, I'm cutting you off. No more violence for you.
There's just there's like a stare of I could just do it because she can't physically stop me.
You think that, but you forget what I am.
He leans very close to her face.
What, interested in me now?
It just smells of tobacco and nether brushed his teeth.
God.
Are we sure we want to do this?
To stop you from sinking people that have done nothing
Shinking.
wrong to you? Yes.
That's a
Chuck.
new word. Shinking.
I hate it here. I'm throwing you off the ship the first chance I get.
This isn't Shutter Island. He goes back to man in the helm. He's loading each of his guns though, just in case.
So, you guys start you pass by. They're going towards you. You're going towards them. And you guys, pretty wide distance apart. And you just see that some of the kobolds on that ship do seem to recognize you, Vagan, and immediately duck down and get out of sight.
I'm full seeing as the two helm parts pass each other. It's full on Zoolander. It's just walking past each other. The side stairs are going.
Yeah, the kobold that's actually helming the vessel doesn't seem to recognize you very much.
Why would he?
But is kind of staring at you because you are glaring daggers at him. He just kind of looks back as you guys go by, kind of expecting something to happen. Are you going to order anything at this point in time?
No, out of respect for the friends.
Okay.
Don't drive by fucking ship drift combat.
Good boy. I will pat Vegan on the back and say good boy.
I'm gonna punch her in the arm.
Oh.
Yeah, you just slug Ellie in the arm. It does hurt a little bit, Ellie,
Oh.
especially because of the gauntlets. The gauntlets of strength just really
Oh yeah.
Dead arm.
There's no damage, but it does leave a mark on your arm.
Oh, my arm.
As the ships go by without incident, as their vessel goes behind yours, the people that are looking do see some kobolds get up after the danger has cleared and scuttle about and go back to their work. And another week goes by. And you are about here now, I'll say. Around this area. And you see your target destination.
So
The island of Valgate.
Duagon.
Oh, here.
Wait, is it Valagate?
Valgate.
Or is
It's
it right how I
Valgate.
spelled it?
Yes, you
Okay.
spelled it correctly. And you guys see the island there, and you guys obviously have a world map of this. And I will ask Vagan. Vagan, where are you planning on making port?
As we're approaching, I'll call out to the crow's nest if they see any viable ports, or are we gonna have to do a rough and tumble landing?
so the person in the crow's nest kind of yells down that over here seems to be the only, from where they can see, the only visible port. However, over here, though there are a few ships that have crashed and been
Washed
destroyed
up.
there.
Mm.
Yeah. It does seem that like those events have made a feasibly possible landing point, though it would be much more difficult, obviously.
I will say to the fellas, we can land in the central part of the island, or we could be closer to a civilization.
Well, we've never been close to civilization.
Well, what kind of civilization is it? Is it like a really big city sort of situation, or is it lots of smaller villages? I don't think I've ever been to this one before.
I've never been to this collection of islands myself, but it seems to be a village type. I think we have to get a little bit closer.
Don't you have a big tube?
I mean,
What?
you mean a
Uh,
telescope?
Spyglass.
yes, that
What
thing
are
you
you
look
talking about?
that thing you look through to look at things far
I
away.
do have a long tube, but I don't think you want me to pull that one out.
Hey, I'm gonna
Look
Wrong
again
with
with this one working eye spyglass. What do I see?
You see what looks to be a decent-sized like town
Oh,
with a very large fort attached to it. The fort is definitely a lot newer than the city, like the town portion that's nearby. Like the town portion's probably been there for quite a while, and the fort is more recently been constructed. And definitely out of like more exotic materials that definitely probably aren't local to the area and have been shipped there.
seems to be a pretty sizable town. They do have a fort. They might have, but I don't know if it's imperial or not.
Well, maybe we should sort of skirt around the Imperial City, just, you know.
Do we have a
There's, what,
map that
4 of
shows
us,
imperial
5 of
cities?
us, when
You know this archipelago is currently being colonized by the Empire, by the Gildarki Empire. So it's safe to assume that you're either going to find imperial settlements or like local native villages and stuff. It's going to be one of the two.
So what's the call, friends? Middle of the island on a shipwreck, or we make port at a little village at the bottom part of the island?
Well, middle of the island guarantees we're closer to the gem because we don't know what side of the island it's on.
Who's been feeding the butterflies, by the way?
I would assume I have, because I'm the one with the jar.
Well, I also
You're so good
assigned
with
Tim
that.
Tam to the butterfly duty, but I don't worry, he's gone. Tim Tam!
You hear no response.
Do we even have anyone by that name on the ship again? Or are you just making that up?
He gave me his name, but I wasn't listening, so I called him Tim Tam. Tim Tam!
Where are the butterflies at currently right now?
I would assume I have them because it's my jar. I would assume I have them on me.
Okay. Have you been feeding them?
I would assume so, since it's my duty. I would. Yes.
What kind of gems have you been feeding them?
Whatever I could find.
I guess I should ask Mr. Chestnut. What gems have you been giving Ellie?
I've been giving her the green ones.
Okay. So you're sitting there, you get out the butterflies. They're properly fed. There's a crystal in there. That crystal will last for a while. But there is no response from Tim Tam.
butterfly salt lick.
Tim Tam!
As you're like yelling, a door flies open and a very concerned looking crew member looks around and sees the butterflies in like this jar and just sighs, just they've been there the whole time.
Tim Tam! I gave you the instruction to feed the butterflies.
I've been trying to find them this entire time. No one knew where they were.
You didn't want to ask?
No
I
one.
asked everyone.
You didn't ask me then. I would have just told you. I have them. I've always
So
had them.
why
They're
was I
mine.
told to feed them?
I did not tell him to tell anyone to feed them. He's just being a bitch.
Got my eye on you, Tim Tam. I'm disappointed.
Leave him alone.
He just sort of like
Leave that
nods,
guy
head
alone.
down, just slunks back off to what he's supposed to be doing.
Damn it, Vegan, leave that little guy alone. He ain't done nothing wrong.
It's okay, Tim Tam.
He doesn't even acknowledge that that's not his name. He just slunks off.
At least someone appreciates you. I yell after him.
He's appreciated. He
Small,
just,
sad thumbs up as he walks off.
I do
He failed his
appreciate it.
captain orders.
He did. He failed. I gave him an instruction, and he failed.
He had no way to do the instructions. I have
He
to.
had to ask two people, you or the squirrel.
You could also just not have asked him to do it because I was doing it.
You could have told him who has it to begin with.
No.
Oh, you're such a bitch.
That's like my part of the job. Just tell him to do it, not how to do it. So, centre of the island, fellas, a little bit of risky landing.
We'll be fine. We've landed worse.
Yeah. Plus, it's not my boat, anyways.
Technically, it is now.
I don't want this heap of junk.
Oh yeah, where's your boat then?
Where's my bloody boat? I guess Vegan will start heading towards that central landing point.
Okay. So you start heading that way. You know, another, let's say, 3 or 4 days. You cut a little time because you're not going directly, like, south to that port. As you approach, I'm going to need you to make a... We'll make it another sleight of hand check, since you have to be very precise with this landing.
I'll help you.
Oh, the help action. Well, that's 19 plus 11.
I'm still
Wow.
helping you.
Did you want to roll again, see if you crit?
Let's see if I crit. I did not.
Okay.
Was it
So
3?
you... so you start to maneuver the vessel, and you kind of look down, and you see Mr. Chestnut's, like, below you, reaching up and, like, helping you keep the wheel steady. Not really doing much,
I'm
but
like,
still
swat
helping.
his head. Stop. Get, stop.
He's doing his best.
No.
And you manage to like perfectly get your vessel like in between two shipwrecks, and someone drops the anchor, the ship is stable, and you have landed your vessel.
I'm
And
jumping off
with
the ship.
and with you guys landing here on the shore, we're gonna take our break now. Good spot to take a break. So.
Oh.
And we're back. We are joined by Saturn now. Say hello, Saturn.
Fucking hell. Hi, I slept.
Well, you're joining us now. So your vessel, the vessel has been being helmed by Vigad, because
Oh,
Celestine
great.
Miss Celestine has been in a awful cycle of migraines and sickness and stuff. She hasn't really been able to fight the new position of captain. And you guys finally have docked. You haven't docked on an actual port, but on a kind of like coastline, surrounded by other vessels that have failed to dock here and have crashed and kind of broken apart here. And you guys are just sort of in what looks like wilderness. You don't see anything around, just snow and ice. And from your landing point, you don't see very much. So, what would you guys like to do?
Celestine's gonna call Patch over to her, and then she's gonna give the floor to Mr. Chestnut because Discord is funny like that. TM.
Oh, also, Saturn. You remember how we left Patches with my patron?
Yeah.
He was still there when we got back.
The cat was put to sleep.
Oh, that's cute.
But other than that, perfectly fine.
With a hammer.
No.
Ah!
But yes,
Anyways,
Mr. Chestnut.
floor to Mr. Chestnut.
So we're right here on the map, right?
Yeah, you're like right there. Or really say like specifically like in between these two.
I'm gonna send my bird in this direction, and the flying nut I have in this direction. And have them both come back this way to scout anything.
Nut.
Okay, so you.
Oh,
You just drawn like the Eye of Cthulhu from the fucking Terraria.
I just drew how an eye works.
Basically.
So you send your little like minions out, and they're going about a bit, and they do pick up on something. There is a small kind of like riverbed, and there's like a little path beside it, and you see there is what looks like to be an Imperial like campsite with a bunch of Imperial troops all dressed in like warm clothing, winter gear and whatnot. But they also pick up on very good camouflage. Like if you were looking through them, it took you a little bit to like see them.
Mm-hmm.
But there does seem to be quite a few other individuals that are definitely not Imperial, looking like they're either watching them or like spying on them or something. You're not quite sure like who they are. They don't really have like an insignia or anything that would like identify them. But that is like the only thing in that like little area that you see. That is the only thing.
So, friends, it looks like there's two sides: the Imperials and some locals. The locals seem a little bit wary about the Imperials, so they might be cool with us. At most, I could communicate with them, but I wouldn't be able to hear what they say.
Well, you know my vote, fellas.
What's your vote?
Anywhere that isn't Imperials.
Well, this place looks like it isn't Imperials, but the Imperials are trying to settle if they're not settled.
There seems to be okay, the map that we have, how like accurate to the map on screen is it?
What the map you have is like 1-to-1.
So basically, we're looking at the map.
We're
looking
talking
at the
about
map,
this
yeah,
riverbed?
Not that big one, but like it's not on the map here. But like there's a small riverbed that goes through. Not everything, but like settlements, big main items and stuff are what you see on the map.
All right. So he points to this little place on the map here, little scuffed-looking place. So if we just go up almost straight north from here, we can move round to the little town up there. That, to me, doesn't look very imperial on the map. Doesn't all that sort of grand bollocks they usually like to show off.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have no idea where this stone is going to be. And the one thing I know from travelling around a lot is you ask the people who live there if stuff starts going weird. So I said we go up to that little place up there. There's not many people there. probably not that many Imperials there. I'm gonna...
Don't die.
Really, I'm just
Really,
exploding.
You,
don't die.
He
My
exploded.
nose is blocked. Don't worry about it. It's cold.
He
Alright.
has allergies.
an allergy to the cold?
Or a cold from the allergy.
I mean, this cold resistance not doing very well for me right now.
Hey, Ailey, what does the butterflies, do they seem to be going in any direction?
I'm gonna take the butterfly jar out and look what they're doing.
At the moment, they're just sort of congregating around the crystal that's in there. It doesn't seem like there's anything particularly special nearby that would attract them.
Nope, nothing.
Well, like I said, I can communicate with them as long as I'm close enough, but like I said, they can't really talk back to me.
Let's just take the
But-
job and head up to that village.
Well, I could also try to ask my patron if we have to.
Well, let's do that on the move, because we don't want to sit still for too long, because we'll freeze to death.
I can almost guarantee you within 5 minutes we'll have our answers from what I ask him.
Let's get 5 minutes of walking in.
Alright, sure.
So
Okay.
I'm saying we head almost straight north from here to travel around the edge of the tree line. So we're instead of walking straight through where we think the Imperials definitely are, walk a little bit north and go around the edge of the tree line, just to
Yes.
play a bit safe way around as we're walking. That's my vote.
I'm gonna sit on the chair and I'll spend more time through my familiar's eyes while my flying mind can tell us what's around us.
I got his man so large
So
it's
where's
flying.
your what are you doing looking through your familiar? Where's that familiar at?
This guy
For
probably-
this sake, if we're moving like this way, I'll probably have it behind us, flying, and then the manifest mind will be like kind of like here. So I think it has a range of like 300 feet,
Okay, so you guys
and
start.
it'll like actually tell me what it's hearing and I think seeing.
Yeah. So you guys start going. You guys start walking, trying to get like a wide berth. And as you guys are walking, you start walking for a good like 5-10 minutes.
I'm gonna ask my patron if he knows anything more specific about the gem. Like its positioning.
You get a no.
There! Quick and simple. No.
They would have told you already had they known. They just kind of knew the general area.
Just making sure.
Yeah. And as you guys walk for a good like 10, 15 minutes after you start, you guys are like just coming up to the trees, and from Mr. Chestnut, your little things would hear this. From that sort of direction of where it spotted that camp, the overwhelming sounds of gunfire
Wow.
and
I hear
battle
guns.
start to take place.
Oh, may the best man win. Okay, I'm walking.
So does it sound like the Imperials are shooting the?
It sounds like both of them are going at it.
So they both have guns.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't survive long in this world without weapons that match your opponent, do you?
I don't need a gun.
Neither do I, but we're magical. What do you mean?
I use a sword and spells.
I've got 3 of
and
them.
A gun would be
What?
cool.
You lot are more skilled than the typical soldier. You don't count. Shut up.
I've got 3 guns.
Yeah, and you use like one of them.
No.
Hmm? I've seen him use pretty much all of them.
Thank you, Mr.
I have not.
Chestnut.
I have seen him
I
use his
feel like
pistol.
if I tried to use a gun, it would end quite horribly.
I've seen him use his pistol and his blunderbuss. I have not seen him use the musket.
I might just say one.
Shut up. Why are you
Do we
looking
want to go help?
Why you think I mean everything literally? I'm stupid, okay?
The
Please don't
best
be
way to
stupid.
establish ourselves as the friends of the locals is to help them put down the Imperial threat.
I'm not getting involved in this. I have no grounds to like or dislike the Imperials on. You guys decide.
Now, should Vegan gaslight Ellie?
What do you mean?
You mean more than Vegan already has?
You say you don't have any qualms with the Imperials, but they destroy a lot of natural habitats for various species on these islands.
Yeah, that's what people do.
They
That's
hunt,
not-
they
No,
hunt
in
their
fact, they do
furs.
it rapidly.
They hunt creatures for their furs in exorbitant amounts to sell to their high society.
So do everyone. That's just part of society. That's how society works. It's
Not
called
pirate
No,
society.
actually.
Pirate society is
Do
on
you
the
want to
ocean. Of course you don't.
know... Ellie, do you want to know what the Imperials do? Because it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. What the
Well, I
Imperials
say.
do... What the Imperials do compared to what the locals on these islands do is the Imperials come in and start decimating everything. The locals on these islands keep to their small pockets and don't hunt outside of their means and use the entire part of the animal. I've lived inside of these small islands before. The locals in some of these islands absolutely adore me. The Imperials will come in and wipe entire populations of animals purely for financial gain and not for survival, and will leave fields of death.
You done? Nathan, Nathan, I want to roll because I've been a wanderer most of my life, right? I want to roll to know if this is true. 'Cause, like, I would know.
Oh, roll a history check. This is
History or okay.
They scanned my brother.
Oh, I rolled a 7.
A 7.
2 + 5.
You haven't personally seen Imperials doing something like that. You've heard the horror stories that everyone has told about finding, like fields of just no ecosystem left. And however you feel, an empire as large as the Geldarki Empire being needs ways of getting resources. And you know that a lot of these great, like, big societies will do whatever it takes to do that. However you feel is however you feel, but just from that, like, knowledge is, generally that it is plausible. It is
So,
not...
so basically, what you're saying isn't wrong. It's just not special to the Empire. That's what I'm getting.
Like, had any large civilization been doing what the Empire is doing, there's a chance they would do the same. It's just that you've heard the Empire has been the most, like, open about it, or like a lot of stories have come from the Empire, but you've never seen it yourself personally.
Yeah, you might be right about that, but I'm pretty sure. Well, fucking everyone would. That's how big societies work.
Pirate society doesn't do it.
Pirate society
Agreed.
is just criminals.
No.
You're just ocean
We
criminals.
take
You
from
don't.
people. We don't take
Yeah.
from the land.
Yeah,
Ellie, we
that's
are
different.
criminals.
I beg to
You're
differ.
also a criminal.
You
I
sunk a
beg to
ship,
differ.
you're a pirate.
They attacked us first, I think.
You also robbed the
Celestian
police
killed
station.
2 people on a dock.
I did not rob a police station. I looted a police station.
After
There
breaking
was
in.
no one there.
You still trespassed.
No, there was a clear opening.
So you trespassed.
If they didn't want me to enter, they would have closed the openings.
So you trespassed.
Well, you never
At
close
this
your
point,
mouth, and you
Ellie
don't
is
want us
gaslighting-
entering.
Ellie is gaslighting herself at this point, trying to...
She's just in denial that she likes being a pirate.
I'm not a pirate.
Are
Yeah,
we gonna
sure
go
you are.
help or not? Because if we don't go help soon, there's gonna be a lot of dead.
Help or smell, we've got to look for a blue rock.
They
Well,
might
like-
know where to look for the blue rock.
Like I said, I'm not giving my stance on this. But you guys decide. I will just follow my group.
Honestly, couldn't care either way which side wins, but Celestine does have a point. If we do help him, then they might think we're on their side. Might give us more information they would otherwise.
And depending on the group, they may be using the crystal for their own use.
Your wet ass mouth, I'm sorry, that was awful to listen to.
What?
Your mouth was so wet with each word.
Damn.
I will lick you.
I did lick him.
We can
Yeah.
we can help, or we consult the butterflies. They seem to know where those rocks are.
I'm gonna take the butterflies again.
Well, I want to hail because they may know the area better than the Imperials. So,
Out of character, do the butterflies work towards what they've been feeding on, or just elemental energy in general?
Well, how they work is they swarm to the most powerful source of energy
Okay.
they can find.
Because we've been feeding them nature crystals, I was wondering if they were just going to try and swarm towards
So
nature
essentially,
things.
how it would work is, since you've been
Yeah.
feeding them nature crystals, if they go after something that isn't the crystal in the jar, there's something pretty powerful nearby.
Okay.
how many Imperials do we see?
Did you check? Yeah, you checked with your little thing. When you saw, there were about. Let me get the actual number here. You saw about 8. You saw about 8 Imperials, just in this small camp.
I
What's
can
wrong?
fireball if y'all want.
Do not
There's
fireball the
8 of them.
camp.
We only need to send one of us to get all 8 of them.
Yeah, they're only Imperials. They're like children.
I'm not sure about that implication.
Are you used to fighting children?
So what are we doing? We're just going to freeze our tits off in the cold, or are we going to go do something?
You're freezing. I'm not.
Let's go help out the
Oh,
locals.
let's go help them out. It was a good call.
There we go. Decision made.
Yeah, good job.
Ellie, Celestine pats Ellie on the shoulder. You're a pirate.
No.
And then she's gonna go towards that fight's direction.
No.
Yep.
So, you guys.
I will just stay here and not help you at all.
Same.
I will
Damn.
never take away another curse from you again.
Damn.
So is everyone going off towards the combat?
Yes.
Fine.
Yeah.
I guess.
You don't have to kill, you just have to make sure we don't die. If you want to just heal us or whatever, that's also cool.
So,
I'm not a healer.
You guys rush off, and you kind of go down this like path. You start paralleling the kind of semi-frozen river until you reach. Edit this.
Oh, it's fucking massive.
That's what she said. So I'm guessing. Wait,
I'm
who
gonna
are the
kill them
Imperials
with-
here? What? Fuck you.
So
No,
the
thanks.
ones in yellow are Imperials because that's the Imperial the guard outfit colours.
Yes, so the ones in yellows are the Imperial. I'm going to post images in the chat of the Imperial.
Look at this cool motherfucker. It looks like
Yeah,
a
he's just vibing.
gun-wielding druid.
It does. That looks cool. Looks like me.
So
From
there
behind.
are 2
Well, I'll put this up.
that's here. So the normal soldiers wielding rifle, and what seems to be an officer that is wielding some sort of pistol here. And then there are the individuals that seem to be fighting them. Kind of more like dark blues, kind of more blending into their environment. Except for a couple of them are wearing some bright red like cloth on them and wielding shields that have a blue sort of medical cross on them. And then one guy who looks very different than the rest that you guys immediately pointed out.
But not very stealthy in the snow.
Oh,
Hey, Vagon, did I just say you steal something?
Huh?
Did I just say you steal something?
What do you want me to steal?
It's a blue
No,
cross, we can use it.
No, I just...
That's why I made it a blue cross.
Yeah, you know about the copyright of red crosses.
Yeah, I did
So
not want to commit
cool.
any war crimes.
No, I just saw you do a sleight of hand check in the thing.
Oh, sorry.
Those are the images of these people fighting the Imperials.
That is just a fucking druid. I
The
swear.
guy,
that's
the guy
color.
in green, you see, he is an elf. You can definitely tell he's an elf. But what is special about this individual is that he looks kind of older. He looks like he's in his like 40s or 50s.
Sake.
For an elf, that's quite long living elf. That's someone who's been around for quite a while.
Old. Smash. Next
Oh, wait.
question.
40s and 50s in elf years, not human years.
Like if he was a human, he'd be 40
Adding
or 50.
Timothy.
But in elf,
Oh, no.
he is quite old because elves don't start.
Next question.
Elves don't start aging for like visually aging for quite a while.
How old does he look to me in human years?
Like I was saying, in human years, years, he is 40 to 50. Like I've been saying. You're asking how old he is for an elf?
How old is he? What is his age? How long ago was he born?
You don't obviously know, but he's been around maybe since the first or second age.
There's a solid
I'm
chance.
going to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab you, I
Is
swear
his
to God.
wife here?
You
If
know
this
that's him.
If it is him, I'm gonna have to edit the fucking one shot first. If it is
Yeah,
him, I don't have to worry about it yet.
well, yeah. Can I sense any magic from him?
Not that you like from a just base point. No.
Hmm,
To be fair, he did use a gun.
fair. he has 2 guns.
But yeah.
Also, another question, completely unrelated. Is Druidic spoken or written?
Written.
Okay, so I can't speak
You
Druidic.
cannot speak Druidic. Everyone, make sure you've long rested, by the way, before we go into this.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot.
Good point, yeah.
I was
And
gonna
then-
go into this fight at 19 HP.
Yeah. After everyone does their long rest or everything, roll me initiative.
I'm gonna roll these nuts.
18.
7.
7.
Oh my god. I got 21.
3.
You bitch.
Okay. So, first up in initiative is Vagan.
Oh god.
Slipping into stealth. Being a sneaky guy.
Mm-hmm.
I
I can say you could be in stealth as you approach, if that's how you would.
These are the ones I'm going to murder, correct?
No, the yellow boys.
The yellow
The
Imperials.
yellow boys are the one we're morking.
10, 15, 20.
Marking.
You walk up to the guys that are fighting the Imperials and just shank them. Hey guys, this is how you. The Imperial. This is how the locals like you, right?
I'm going to attempt to make this man disappear.
Okay.
12 plus 11
That hits.
6 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4
He's
plus
gone.
6.
He's
God.
gone.
I pull out my
dead.
very nice sword and just cleave him.
Yeah, you just absolutely stealth kill this guy. The guy next to him doesn't even realize.
You just watch Vagan like disappear from all of you and reappear behind him, man, and then he's just dragged into the trees behind him. And that's my
Like
turn.
a feral dog.
Oh, actually, what was he wearing? All fancy gear, right?
It's all like warm, like cold weather clothing and stuff.
I want to actually, if this, it might be an action or not, but I want to like step back out from the trees with the. Was he wearing a helmet by chance?
He was wearing a wool hat.
I want to take his rifle and like throw it in like next to his friend and like whistle to get his attention, as his friend is just dead and gone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Let's get
you toss the
some
rifle, and the guy turns and like his eyes widen as he sees just.
That's all I do.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Ellie, you are up.
Oh. Yeah, are we using 2024 rules? I, are we using the new rules or the old rules for this? By the way,
We've
I'm
been
just
using the new rules.
okay. Because I just noticed they have added the Wild Shape 2024 tab. I was gonna reorganize my fucking Wild Shapes real quick into the 2024 tab instead because that looks better. But I guess I will not be doing that just yet. Let's see. Snake. Duh.
Duh.
Giant constrictor snake. Actually, no. I'm going to move first because I have more movement speed than the snake does. I have 5 extra feet of movement. Even with 35 movement, I can only get here. I'm going to move here and then snake. Oh! Big snake.
By the way, because I'm experimenting a little bit.
Yeah.
The squares and stuff and everything should be
Are you right?
the same because it's roll 20 squares.
Yeah.
So you can actually use everything
Yeah, it is.
appropriately.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I would say I have nothing to do, but that's a lie, actually. I have Starry Wisp, which is an action. Fuck. Wait.
No. No sorry with for you.
No. Wild Shaping is a bonus action.
For you, yes, Moon Druid.
Yes, I'm Starry Wisping this motherfucker.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a nat 20. Fuck you.
Damn. Dude just saw the god is now gonna get blasted by a snake.
14 damage. We're not
Not
that
dead,
much.
but he is very much injured.
In bold italics, he fucking explodes.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm confused. Is that still? Oh yeah, no. That is the crit damage. 4d8 because the flat roll is 2d8.
Yep.
Yeah, that is my turn because I have only
Alrighty.
one action.
Relio.
Damn, they must have rolled not great considering how many of them there are.
Splatter him, Relio.
Splatter 'em, boys.
Splatter
Oh.
them.
Also, that guy now emits a dim light in 10-foot radius and can't go invisible.
I emit rage.
Okay.
As always, emit rage.
And you
There
do
we go.
have room.
I'm big.
You
Put the wrong
big.
button.
The size difference of us.
Bye.
There's now 2 giants here.
I'm just chilling in a tree.
You and your damn trees.
How tall is this wall?
It's like waist height.
Shrug him
I'm
over
gonna
it,
drive
perhaps.
by, cut his fucking head off.
Okay, yeah.
So 24
That hits.
for. Also, because we're in a nice place, I would have probably put fire damage on my weapon for reference. I'll just
Gotcha.
do the opposite of what's happening. For 14 fire damage. That wasn't a great roll.
Yeah, he's still dead though. You
Okay.
absolutely
Right.
murdered that fool.
Drive by, sort of lightsaber, fucking cut through him, cauterize his neck wound, keep running. That was 20 feet, 25, 40. And he's within 10 feet.
Yeah.
He's within smacking distance. He's getting hit as well.
Okay.
So that's a 17.
That hits.
And that is 15 fire damage.
Okay, he's still up, but he's looking really hurt. That really did a number on him.
Big boy go boom. That's it, that's all I can do.
Okay. Next up are the Imperial soldiers. These 2 guys immediately turn, seeing the giant sea elf. And immediately, both of them are going to try to fire. I'll roll the one that doesn't have disadvantage first. That is a 9 to hit.
No.
No. And then the disadvantage shot is an 8 to hit.
No.
So you just like knock the guy's guns out of the head. Both of these guys miss their targets. Next up are these guys. This guy over here is gonna run, gonna vault over this. So that's 10, 25. And he's gonna fire at that soldier down there.
How dare you?
And absolutely misses with a 5. The second soldier on the wall here is going to shoot at this. Both these guys at the wall are going to shoot now. One of them is going to shoot at this guy that just got shot at. And he misses with a 5.
That's cool.
Next guy is shooting up at the guy further, like closest. That one does hit. A 22 does hit.
It's how well you roll as a character versus how well you roll as a DM is like crazy.
So yeah, I know. So that guy down there takes 4 damage. Still up, just kind of grazed there. And then next up is Imperial Officer, who's going to move, and he's going to go ahead and he's going to go ahead, draw his sword. He's going to do something.
Oh.
5. He's going to take some swings at Relio here.
That's a massive shame, that is.
So that's a 17 to hit.
That does actually hit, yeah.
Okay, I'll roll all the hits. That is a 19 to hit.
That also hits.
And an 11 to hit.
That one does not hit.
So roll.
And got 3
damage.
attacks.
Yep, with his sword he does. So that is 11 points of damage reduced to 5 because you're raging.
That from the first or from both?
That's from both. That's from both.
Fair enough. I'm a strong boy.
You are strong, yes. And then next up is all of these other soldiers. It just works out to where they go one after each other. So that guy moves up here. Moves over to here. Okay, so they're all gonna take their shots. So the 3 guys up in the corner there. The first guy that shot, this dude right here, he got kind of shot at, and he turns, he points his rifle, and he pulls the trigger, but some snow got lodged into one of the mechanisms, and the weapon just explodes. He rolled a natural 1. So his rifle's broken. The second dude, he rolled a 13, which does just barely miss his target. So that guy right there. And the medic is going to go ahead and point his pistol and try to shoot at this guy right up here. That is a 17, which does hit. So that deals 10 points of damage to this soldier up here, which he's still up, but he's looking a bit hurt. Next up are these 3 soldiers here. All 3 of these guys, since they really can't get it aiming like anywhere else, are going to just try to blast this one dude. So the 2 riflemen are going to fire first. Okay, the first one misses with an 11. The second one does hit with a 14. So that's a total of 2 damage. Just a grazing wound there.
No.
And then the medic is going to shoot his pistol. Rolls it exactly to 14, which does hit. And rolls, does 4 damage. Another kind of glancing blow. But still hit. And then this last rifleman's going to shoot this guy right here. See if he actually hits him. He does not. Wait, does. No, he does not. The round misses. And then next up is the elf.
Oh.
30. He's going to go ahead, point one of his pistols towards this soldier right here. There's no way.
What?
It won't make sense until that one shot comes out.
He rolled high, didn't he?
He rolled a natural 20.
Oh, the boy's back.
I can't believe that.
Our boy.
He's gonna hurry, by the way, because He has a special weapon.
Ooh, special weapon.
He does.
Ooh, special weapon. Ooh.
He does a total, with the crit, 31 damage, which absolutely blows this man to smithereens.
God damn, bro.
As when he points the pistol, the guys that can see past him, and Relia, you see, this pistol has 2 barrels that fire at once.
Who barrel blunderbuss?
Fucking double shotgun, bro.
2 barrel blunderbuss.
And
Double barrel.
when he does that, he's going to use his bonus action to raise the second pistol and point it at the officer.
Oh, facing the wrong way.
Okay, he did not roll crit. He rolled but he did hit with a 23. Yep. So then that is...
Right, bro.
So that does a total of 12 damage to the officer. And the officer is still standing, but a little roughed up. All right, Mr. Chestnut, you're up.
I go first listening?
Yep, you go before Celestine.
How far is this? Can I see this person?
Just barely through some of those cards there. Like, you don't really...
That's enough. Mine's liver.
Okay.
They have to do intelligence 16 saving throw.
I'm not liking his odds. Yeah, no, he rolled a 6.
Well, he's going to take 7 psychic damage.
He's dead. As you point and cast a spell that Relio, you see one of the soldiers pointing at you, just suddenly grabs his head and seizes and falls over into the snow.
Okay, and 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I assume I won't be able to see over this.
No. you
So
can't.
I'm hiding behind the thing.
Okay.
And I end my turn.
Alrighty. Celestine,
Yeah.
your turn.
Looks like they might need help over here. So 20, 25, 30. Do I want to take yeah, I'll take her on a dash. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. I'll dash behind so I don't get in the way. 60. That's my turn.
Right.
Wow.
Next up is Vagan.
Ooh.
It's me.
It's you.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I got sight lines on this fella, right?
Yes, and
I'm
I was gonna say
sure.
you are hidden from him because you never revealed yourself.
I'm gonna shoot him
Okay. So
with
you do
the
have advantage on this roll.
pistol.
Yep.
With advantage, you said.
Yeah, because you're hidden. He
Thank
doesn't know you're there.
fucking god for that advantage. That's 16 plus 6.
He hit. Yeah, you hit. You hit him. And you do get sneak attack off of this as well.
Where is my D10? There it is. 9 plus 6 plus 5 plus 2 plus 6.
Okay, so you blast this officer in the back, and he almost doubles over. He's not down yet, but he's on his last leg. He's barely able to keep himself standing. That really hurt.
My turn. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Ellie,
Yeah.
it is your turn.
Let's see. Can I slither past Vagan when he's there?
I could say so. Yeah, I'd say so.
Alright, let's see here. So with a dash, I can get about here. I'm dashing.
Okay.
And about here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much. If this motherfucker's going to survive another turn. But I guess I just gotta hope to find out, because I have nothing to do. I just exist here now.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, I have no... I dashed. So.
Alright. Relio.
I think I just ignore him because he's going to die next turn. I can probably get to an angle to do something maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna start moving around. Oh, 1, 2, 8. Got 40 feet of movement.
Okay. He is going to take an opportunity attack on you.
That's fine. I'm not worried about him. He did 5 damage to me.
He absolutely misses with a 10.
I've got 16 AC.
Yeah, just absolutely whiffs. All right, and you got there.
5, 10, 15, 20. It's slightly out of normal range. So I can see that guy. I've got
You
an
can see
angle.
him. Yep.
I'm going to throw my weapon, although it's a disadvantage because it's over 20 feet away.
Okay.
But I want to check how...
Oh yeah, just
Is Reckless melee specifically?
I think reckless. I don't know if they changed that or not.
No, it just says, yeah, it gives giving you advantage on attack rolls using strength.
Yeah, so
Doesn't say
yeah,
anything
if you're
about-
throwing, yeah.
Reckless! So it just comes out as flat rolls instead of disadvantage.
Yeah.
Wham. 22.
That hit.
The damage on the first guy. That was max damage. That's 22
you
damage
you
as well.
skewer him. He's gone.
And then it teleports back to me.
Uh-huh.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can just get the ruler out. You know the ruler works.
Yeah, the roller works.
35. He's technically in range. Actually goes up to 40 feet.
Yeah, and it's not disadvantage because you're reckless.
Oh, a long range of 60 feet. So yeah, it definitely is in range.
Definitely in
So
range.
it's still a short range of 20. So I'm gonna absolutely Ringo this bingo. Oh, it's a 13. Maybe I'm not.
No. Unfortunately, you just barely miss. It just goes right by him. Takes a little bit of the fur off his cloak, but doesn't hit him.
You turn to see the weapon. The weapon is already gone.
Yeah.
It got hit by something, like a ghost in the wind.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up are the Imperial soldiers who, seeing that their soldiers are getting absolutely slaughtered, are going to do a little funny and run. This guy flees the battlefield. Yeah. This guy also dashes out of the battlefield. And this officer here, seeing all of this, he's on his last legs. He knows this is it. So he's going to turn around. He's going to try to fight Ellie.
He knows this is it, so he wants to go out faster.
Yep. So that's a dirty 20 to hit.
God damn. Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll his other 2 attacks. A 16 to hit.
Let me double check. Because I don't remember what the snake's AC is exactly. I just know that. Fucking Christ, the snake's AC is lower than my own AC, which means my AC takes effect. And yeah, no, that hits.
Okay. And then 14 to hit.
That hits too. Fuck.
Okay, so this is going to be total damage of all 3 attacks.
Yeah.
So that's 18 total damage.
Total, like 3 attacks, 18.
3 attacks, 18 damage.
Fucking crap. And these guys wonder why they lose so much. Jesus Christ. That didn't even take away any of the snake's actual health. That was only the temp HP.
To be fair, they're not used to fighting heroes. And-
Yeah, fair enough.
but yeah, just absolutely just swings out and gives you a few cuts. Yeah, there's nothing else he can do. Next up are all these regular soldiers. Seeing as how everything is going down, they're going to... And basically, these guys just set up a perimeter. And then the elf will simply walk over. Kind of holsters his weapons, because they're both empty. It's going to draw what looks like a very kind of fancy longsword. He's going to try to stab him. Yeah. And he just absolutely just takes this sword and puts it straight through this officer's back. killing him.
Nice. I didn't get to do anything this fight. I basically just took some hits and attacked one guy with a spell.
Yeah, you help. No. And now, you are out of initiative.
Woo. We saw the guy running away this way, right?
You saw 2 soldiers running away that way. Yeah.
I'm sending my bird.
You want to look for them? You see where they're going?
Yes.
Your bird kind of goes out and gets like a, very bird's eye view. Haha. And they're running off into wilderness. There is nothing for miles.
Their funeral, I guess. Then
They're just leaving. They don't want to die from whatever all that was.
I can understand that, honestly.
They must be punished. I'll have it circle back before it leaves the area.
Gotcha.
So it comes back to me.
We're gonna like step out into the group and like wiping the blood off his sword with like a handkerchief he's stolen from somewhere, loading his guns again. That was a bit of fun.
I guess it was. I didn't get to do much.
A lot of the soldiers are just standing around.
I do love killing an Imperial.
You say that, and this elf is like, he kind of flicks his gun, and the barrels kind of pop out, kind of like you would load a shotgun.
Yeah.
And he loads a few more. He's basically reloading. He goes, "Well, would have had that covered, but thanks for the assist, I guess." And he flips them back up to reload the weapons before he holsters them.
We're just happy to help. Celestine Damon, and she sticks out her hand.
So no one's reacting to the giant talking snake out of these lads.
None of them seem to be very much
Caring.
caring about it. Yeah.
I respect it.
Let me real quick pull up. Hey, Miss Saturn.
Yeah,
Did you send me a document with all your lore? For
I did. Yes.
Can you link that to me real quick so I can find
Can
it?
I resend it to you?
Yeah.
It was in my old account, so I'm gonna have to resend you the document. But I can absolutely resend it to you.
Oh wait, I found it.
You did?
I did find it.
Good.
I was looking through the thing. Because I just need your actual what her name is for everyone else. There's Celestine and then her famous name. I need to
Her
know that.
title that no one else in the party knows because she's not thought it important to bring
Is that
it up
in that
until now.
document?
We're about to.
Oh,
my
it's
friend.
right beside her main name.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he kind of walks over, takes your hand, Celestine.
Oh.
Kind of shakes it and just, the famous Eye of the Sea. Should have known you'd show up eventually.
I always make it back around, you know? Always have to come back and help my people.
What, you two know
Sort
each
of
other?
nods. Celestine, you have no idea who this guy is. You've never seen him a day in your life.
Well, she just knows that her name gets around, and if people know her, that means they know people she's helped.
Yeah, he kind of looks around and he goes, "Quite a crew, you're Vagan." He points directly to Vagan.
The bad dog himself.
Yes, looks at Relio.
He was still giant at the moment. He's holding his
Yeah.
rage just while the conversation's happening.
He looks up and goes, "I'm very surprised you're not trying to murder him." Pointing back to Vagan.
Made fast
It's
friends
happened before.
during our travels.
No.
They get it on.
Yeah, I can tell that's probably not true. I don't know those two, the talking snake and the little squirrel man. You
Well-
two
Little
aren't as-
Squirrel Man
No.
is our contact, Mr. Chestnut.
I'm not a pirate. Don't worry about it.
She is.
Oh,
Don't
just
listen to
externally.
I'm not-
Celestine
not.
sees me look at her and just no.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chestnut, but this is a friend.
It is?
Anyone
It is
who
now, I
knows
guess.
me by my actual title is good. because even the Imperials don't fucking know to connect me to my actual title.
That's crazy.
Or he's just nosy. No offense, mate.
He just looks and shakes his head. Just no offense, but I've been around for quite a long time. It's kind of my job to know things.
So he's just
Well-
nosy.
You could say that. Whenever I'm not absolutely annihilating Imperials wherever I find them.
Good man.
Exactly, friend. And that's Ellie, our druid that we adopted, who's insisting she's not a pirate, but she's sank a ship, broke
Good mate,
into a guard house, and broke out of prison before killing all of the guards there.
We didn't
And
kill
No.
them. We beat them unconscious with a shovel.
And
I'm
I was
pretty sure
thrown.
you killed one of them.
No.
Yeah, because they threw me at him and I turned into a bear.
We did just kill him. He points to the one that you
So
bit.
that was you.
Yes. Also, not a pirate. We broke in there to save a guy.
Well, the Empire seems to think you are.
Well, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I know what I am. Fuck you.
It's
You're a
on
pirate.
paper now.
No. I'm not a
On
pirate.
paper, you're a pirate, which means that you're a pirate. Because as
You will
soon
be
as
tried.
you've seen,
And seen as a pirate in the eyes of the law and the courts.
This snake is frowning.
For a thing that doesn't have eyebrows, it's very expressive.
what can we call you, friend?
He kind of turns back to you, Celestine. For now, Mr. Timothy will be fine.
Let's Tim-Tam.
Love that. This fucking lad, bro.
It's lovely to meet you. And she's gonna whistle, and Patches is going to appear on her shoulder. Small cat.
He just looks at this cat and just, very interesting. You all are a very interesting crew. Now that I actually see you in the flesh.
This is my child, Patch, lovely critter, and she scratches Patch behind the ear, and Patch is gonna say in Sylvan, I love ear scritches, they feel fantastic. Mother, why do you not do them more often?
Well, as this is all some wonderful introductions, I've got a question we need to ask you, I've got to say.
He kind of turns to you, really, and goes, oh, well, I may have the answer. Most of the time I do.
We're looking for somewhere on this island with some powerful elemental energy.
We're trying to stop the hells, you see.
The moment you say that, Celestine, you can definitely tell, like, his face drops immediately. The hells. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, we cut one of the bastards' heads off with this thing. He waves around the shiny sword.
Don't wave that around. You're going to cut
You
someone.
see, kind of looks at it.
Cuts himself. Ah!
He looks at the
That's
weapon.
guy in the bush you just killed.
Because I've got no fucking depth perception. I've got one eye.
Yeah. You see, he looks at the weapon and goes, I've not seen one of them blades for quite a long time. You folk are serious about this, then?
Yes.
Quite.
Oh yeah, I think.
Well, he might not be, but we are.
I don't know what we're doing. Deadrock's dead.
Well, you're a bitch.
Deals. I'm gonna turn you to a nice fucking belt.
I'm going to unwild chip.
Okay.
But Ellie, we're stopping them so they don't kill all the animals also vegan.
He kind of looks at all of you and goes, well, I'd rather not, as much as it is very interesting talking to all of you right now, I am freezing my ass off here.
I'm not.
Well, lucky you.
Do you have a place to go? I am used to warmth. I have resistance to fire for a reason. Do you have a place we could go?
Yes, I've been helping these locals out, and you see he kind of like nods his head towards the soldiers that are just sort of standing around. He goes, they have a little settlement up north here. I'm sure you come with us, you'll be able to get settled in quite quick. And then I can answer all your questions and whatnot there.
Do
Alright,
they
let's
all
get
know
moving then.
common?
What did you say?
Do they know common?
He turns and goes, oh yeah, they're just the quiet type.
Okay.
Uh,
Do
he turns and goes, oh yeah, they're just the quiet type.
they know
So how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Saying I don't want to voice them.
Because having 10 people talk right now when it's just my voice would be kind of weird.
It's very
They
funny
all
though.
talk in unison.
They're
We
a
are
hive
one.
mind.
We are strong together.
So Ellie asks how old he is.
Yeah.
He thinks about it for a moment. What age are we in again?
The fifth.
Question, what age are we, Nathan?
The 5th, as Relia said.
Fair.
He goes, I'm probably one of the last living original elves that have been kind of wandering around the material
Ooh.
plane.
Fancy.
The fuck's an original elf?
Him, though.
The elves that came here from the Feywild about 500 or so years ago.
The elves come from fucking where now?
Did you not know that elves have Fey ancestry?
I don't know a lot of things. I've been a nomad my entire life. I've never settled down.
I mean, I came from the bottom of the ocean.
Is Ellie an elf?
Yes.
Just checking. So she does. He kind of looks at you and he goes, "You've lived how long?"
You're going to call me a child.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
comparatively,
want-
every elf is a child to me. So
I don't know if this even is viable for an elf, but Ellie is 19.
it's viable. You just were born very recently.
Actually, I'm gonna make it 20 because it's my age. She's 20 years old.
Ellie just had a birthday.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's 20.
He goes, "You've been on the material plane for 20 years and you didn't know elves were Fey.
No, like I said, I've been a nomad. I've wandered
You
my whole
never
life.
thought to ask yourself why you couldn't sleep."
I just thought it was normal. Well, it is normal. That's what elves do. That's all I know.
Okay. Your parents weren't around much, were they?
Like I said, nomad. What do you expect?
I was raised by wolves.
I'm a druid nomad. My parents weren't really in the picture. No,
Yeah, you should
I
know,
can't.
she just kind of like sits there,
What the fuck have I been doing for the last 30 years?
snoring very loudly.
Do sea elves come from the Feywild as well?
Yes, just a different part of the Feywild.
Hey, ocean.
Why have a gun?
I know
Does
this
it
one
keep you up
comes
at
from
night?
the Feywild, and she jostles Patch around with her shoulder. Immediate happy cat noises.
Isn't it patches plural, not patch?
It's interchangeable.
Fair.
It is her pet.
A cat. It's cat.
She responds to both.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna get moving because I don't like freezing out here anymore. You all are welcome to follow. Anyone who will jump right in and slaughter Imperials are friends of mine.
Quite like Snowy, though. It's quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's calm.
And he sort of just starts He does start walking kind of in the direction that they like started running off to, the Imperial survivors. But he's just sort of like chill about it. Just starts walking. And we're gonna switch back over to this map here.
The big map.
So you guys start walking, and he does start walking in the direction the way you guys were going, towards that like small, more local-looking settlement. And as you guys start approaching that settlement, you can kind of see it's very conservative. These people don't have a lot of supplies. They use what they have, like, very meagerly. And there's a few, like, watchtowers with soldiers in them. What you assume are soldiers, they have the same uniforms as the guys that are walking with you. And quite a few people just milling about, going about their day, doing whatever work they have. And as you guys sort of enter the settlement's, like, limits, we're going to end the session there, with you guys entering this little settlement.
It's time to make a map.
Yeah.
It also means I'm definitely doing the one shot. I'm definitely editing the one shot this week for it to make.
Hey.
Well, I'm just
tried. You guys fully walked into it. Like, I did not put like that was set up to be that way for you going up that way. You guys just landed in the right spot.
Hell yeah. Would this have been here if we went to the bottom first and then came back up
Yes,
later?
it would have stayed in the spot
Eventually.
it was in. You would have
Okay.
eventually found it.
Alright.
You guys just fast tracked it, essentially. I'm so.
We
I'm
always
so
know
sorry,
where
Zach.
Adam Timothy is.
I'm so sorry because that's gonna be a pain for you to edit. I'm so sorry.
Only because I'm trying to get through 3 videos these next 2 weeks, it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Well,
Because it's such a long one, and then there's a combat. The next one.
I,
It's alright.
technically, you don't have to edit the one shot first. It just won't make sense to people.
Yeah, I know, but it'd be weird if. I'm gonna do that anyway. It's fine.
But yeah,
Well,
we're gonna
with
go
that-
through everyone's
yeah.
socials and stuff. So Michael.
Yes. I'm on Blue Sky at CastBNKR.
Alrighty. And then Rennie.
You can find me at Rennie BNKR on Blue Sky, and you can also find me here on the channel.
Saturn.
Yeah?
Your social.
What am I rolling?
never-
Perception?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I've
Saturn.
never heard someone be so locked out in one sentence.
Yeah.
Saturn socials.
Oh, fuck.
We have finished the session.
It's the end of the video, Saturn.
Session is over.
Y'all can find me on Twitch and Blue Sky at Saturn DNKR. I'm sorry for being so locked out. I woke up really late and coming into this had a bit of a migraine, but we rode through it.
She's got that monkey with the symbols in her brain right now.
Alrighty, and then Zach.
You can also find me at Zedits BNKR on Blue Sky. I don't really do much on it other than post stuff for the shorts I'm making.
It's still base as fuck, though.
W editor, some would say.
Absolutely, I would.
Ooh, there's
I
some
would say
more
that.
And then Velvet.
You can find me at Velvet BNKR on both Twitch and Blue Sky. And on Twitch, I will be streaming soon. I also do have a list of the whole bunker crew on my Blue Sky, if you can find the rest of them. Especially Michael's account, because that just doesn't exist in the searches about there.
Come fuck with us.
Apparently, yeah. And then, of course, you can find me also on Blue Sky at Claw BNKR.
Also on my list. Smile.
Yeah, also on your list. But hope y'all enjoyed, and we're gonna see next time if the crew can get a few more answers out of Mr. Timothy here regarding their goal.
Tim Tam.
We got Timothy.
Yeah, this all sort of came full circle so quickly, completely by
Yeah.
chance.
By chance, yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the end then.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.